Hey, Red Sox have come alive a little bit. Are they to be believed right now is the question. Are they to be trusted, this team?
So we came in yesterday, and there was a little twinkle in Milliken's eyes. Been very negative over the last couple of weeks. And so now I think the kid is fully on board after they take 2 or 3 against the Yankees, and now they take this series against the Rays. Starting pitching looks legit. You've gotten quality starts here from some starters that have struggled. And the young guys are obviously making an impact as well. I think there's reason to be semi-optimistic about this Red Sox team right now.
Oh, he's not listening. I was waiting for a response from him. I guess we're not going to get that. Are you semi-optimistic about this Red Sox team? Is there a twinkle in your eye, Milliken?
Yeah, I think it's fair after this. They've won 2 series in a row for the first time since May 6th to May 11th when you were facing the Rangers and Royals. So it's been a full month since you got to that point. You have a chance to win 3 games in a row for the first time since the end of April now. The fact that your starting pitcher your starting pitchers came out in this series, everyone threw at least 6 innings, that is the biggest thing to me. You scored the most runs in all of baseball in the month of June. Your offense, the ball's carrying. You have Abraham Toro doing incredible things. How sustainable is it? We'll see as we go, but scoring runs isn't a problem. It's going to be just keeping the bullpen fresh. And now that those guys are getting a little bit of a breather right now, especially with Justin Slayton far away, I feel like you do got to give them a little respect because they're 3.5 games out right now. Say what you will, that's a 4-game series. You go in and take care of business, you're going to be right in the convo.
I'm getting sucked back in like you wouldn't believe. I don't know what it is about this stupid team. And it's honestly, I watch them every night and I think to myself, I don't know what it is about this stupid team, but I am still drawn to them every single night. We've seen plenty of teams that have been mediocre and 500 and underachieving over the last several years. I feel like this one is the most interesting of the bunch of those teams.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yes.
And it's because of a thing like a guy going out and you want to talk about starting pitching. I've been saying for weeks, the thing that can change overnight for this team without having to make roster moves, without having to call a guy up, is just the starting pitching is capable of more and does more. And so, yes, it's something stupid like Walker Buehler going deeper into his start last night that sucks me right back in and has me thinking, you know what, maybe they do have it in them. Maybe they do have a little something to keep themselves competitive. I'm not saying they're making the playoffs. I'm just saying they're going to keep themselves in it, which is important. It is. I'm sorry. I know that they are not meeting our expectations and are likely to fall far short of what we thought at the end of March. They are, right? I think we've come to that realization. But I think there's a chance. And when you're saying there's a chance, you're still there and watching and keeping yourself in tune with what the hell's happening with this team. And by the way, I think they're a likable club. For all their miscues, for all their stupidity, for all their desires to be individually successful, as Maz has been putting it for a couple of days, to put together a YouTube highlight or a reel or a TikTok, there's something about this team that will just sort of keep you engaged. And I'm not sure how to pinpoint that or put my finger on it, but it might be the fact that for the most part, this team and these players have at the very least on their worst of days, been saying the right things. They have not shown you the right things,
no,
but at least they've had the right messaging when I think their manager has not. And they have been keeping themselves in it despite their manager's best efforts to derail them. I give them credit for that. I give them credit for being poorly managed, yet still being 3.5 games out.
Even when you look at what happened in terms of last night's game, the clean baseball you played, Carlos Narvaez making that beautiful throw to third base.
Gorgeous.
For once, the Rays are the team doing something stupid. Usually you're that team where we're looking at you and saying, what are you doing taking third? And they would have scored on the next infield single if that had been the case. But no, you're able to actually make those big plays. Trevor Story with the jump throw. Massive out in the 6th inning that lets Buehler get through the 6th and 7th, 1, 2, 3 apiece. Like, you weren't making those plays the last couple of weeks, so the fact that you are now and you're eliminating some of those mistakes, that's the clean brand of baseball this team needs.
Hi, Zoe. Welcome to the program. How are we doing?
Hello,
Great.
Reverend.
How you doing? That was fun, Rod. What time did I text you guys?
I don't
Sorry
recall.
I'm late. Sorry I'm late.
Where are you going after the show?
I'm going boating after the show. I'm getting
It looks like
far
it.
on the
Looks
water
like
as I can. The hell away from this place. That's
Still
Yeah.
wearing pants,
How you
huh?
doing, buddy? It's good having you back.
Hi. How's it going?
Good win last night for the team. Yeah. I'm with you though. I mean, I said that last week. I give them credit for playing hard. Like they're not. There's no malaise with whatever if you want to call it the Devers situation, whatever. The kids keep playing the damn kids. Like I'm anxious to see how the hell they're going to handle this Yankee series because you just won 2 games because you elevated 2 kids, right? Meyer gets the 2 home runs last night. Obviously, Anthony with the big double the night before. 2 wins back to back. You win 2 series. You're ready to go. And what are you going to do? You're going to sit these kids this weekend? Is that what the manager's going to do? When you got your team playing pretty hard here?
Well, I have a question about...
They're making mistakes, no doubt about it, but go ahead.
When will they earn their right to bat against lefties? And Roman Anthony should have less to prove than Marcelo Meyer when it comes to facing lefties.
Yeah.
But he was much better against lefties in AAA than Meyer was, so I'm going to give him that credit. He was actually good against lefties, was he not, Milliken? Give me some numbers, kid.
955 OPS against lefties, almost 100 points higher than his OPS against righties.
Beautiful. Okay, so that should be a no-brainer. That to me is like, well, you called him up. You know how good he is. The guy can hit. He's the best prospect in baseball. Okay, you want to break him in. You want to have him have a good first week. Fine, but at some point you got to give him permission to be a big boy. And with Meyer, okay, he wasn't awful against lefties at AAA, but now that he's had plenty of success now. Let's see it, okay? He's proven he's feeling comfortable. He's had a couple of weeks now. He's at the major league level. He's gonna have to play big boy baseball at some point, Alex. So let's go ahead and do this.
I know it defies like the regular rules of baseball, and this is not the proper way to indoctrinate these kids into it. But your team is struggling. You're sub 500. You can't string 3 wins together since April, and these kids have actually given you a little pop. Like, there's interest in the team. There's a buzz about the team. Louth came in here the other day about the Roman Anthony thing, and next thing you know, you look up the jerseys and like, holy crap, this kid is electric. I mean, he's bringing people to the damn TV. Ratings are up. What do you want, ratings to go down this weekend? Go ahead and sit these kids. See what happens.
I think that's part
Wouldn't
of
it be something, no, real quick. You sit these kids and you get swept? What the hell's the reaction going to be Monday?
It just shouldn't be such a black and white issue,
yes,
like for them. You can look at each player and say Roman Anthony handled lefties. There's less that guy needs to prove. He deserves an opportunity against Ryan Yarbrough, who the Red Sox tear up every single time, including last weekend when they face him. Marcelo Meyer, as Beetle said, there's reason to be careful with him, but he just hit 2 homers. You can ride the hot hand. Let these guys play into these opportunities because yes, you're trying to win. We get that. Rob Refsnyder and Romy Gonzalez have a 950 OPS against lefties. They've been incredible. Cool. Give the young guys a chance to also prove themselves. I would love for Roman Anthony to be starting in that lineup on Friday. Marcelo Meyer, pick a game over the weekend if you want to, because if you're going to use them as pinch hitters, that's something these guys have never done. They're not going to be very useful coming in the 5th inning because they're just not used to that, and they're facing better pitching than they've ever faced. You can do development and trying to win a little bit more in between than it being all the way on one end of the spectrum or the other.
I'm with you. It shouldn't be one size fits all for all these prospects coming up in terms of how you handle them. And like, oh, you know what, we're going to shy away from them going up against lefties. And I also think that there's legitimate, in terms of their development, there's a bonus there going up against the Yankees in a big series in a weekend. Getting some playing time and getting that experience underneath your belt for these young kids is meaningful. That's going to go a long way come later on in the season.
And think about if you do play them and they respond well. Like that,
100%.
That's something that could really springboard you moving forward.
You're not in Worcester anymore.
Right. You're starting to feel good about the team again here.
And look at the guys that Core has done this with. Obviously, with Rafael Devers, he becomes one of the better hitters in baseball. Jaron Duran does not hit lefties well whatsoever. They took forever platooning him. Tristan Casas, they platooned him, eventually gave way halfway through his rookie season when he had deserved it earlier. Always had issues after that moving forward. You go to Wilyer Abreu, can't hit lefties. This development plan isn't something where you look at the results and say, hey, when we've been careful with these guys, they've been fine and turned into these guys that can face anybody. No, most of these bats have not been able to handle lefties well as they move forward.
Red Sox 3 games out in the wild card. They've got Seattle, the Angels, the Royals, and Guardians with them just on the wrong side of the line. So they would need to leapfrog all of them and then also the Tampa Bay Rays to get into that final wild card spot. Mathematically, the math is pretty much similar to what it's been, but the last few days have given you some level of hope that maybe they're about to turn things around and play better baseball more consistently. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Red Sox analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.